Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Kanawha Valley's Zoom service, also available later on YouTube and Facebook. Let's begin our service this morning with the lighting of the Christ candle. And the ringing of the bell. Now, if you'll say with me, please, our opening statement together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. Now let's take that truth deep within our hearts this morning as we become prepared for our worship service. And now let us affirm it together once more. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And so it is. And now we'll go to Ron for our songs.
Hi, everybody. I'm here with the Mass crew, Ryan and Jeff, and we're all missing you all very much. And we look forward to the day that we can all be together in the same room. But for right now, we'll do it, do the best we can. So we're going to start off with Surely the Presence. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel his mighty power and his grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel her mighty power and her grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on his face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. And to him we so much need today, weep. Weave us together, weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together a different key, but we are all playing in harmony in one great symphony. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together together in love. A moment ago, still we did not know our unity, only diversity. Now the Christ in me greets the Christ in thee in one great family. Weave us together in unity and love. Weave us together in love.
Thank you, guys. You sound great as always. Good morning again, and welcome to our Unity of Kanawha Valley weekly Sunday service. We're so happy to have you join us. Our announcements this week, I see that Pam is still asking for trash bags. If you have trash bags, the city used to furnish our trash bags at the church, and they don't do that anymore. So we're just checking to see if anybody has some extras that they don't need. Just send them over to the church or drop them off, and Pam will get them. The Davis Children's Shelter still needs bags and backpacks. These are for the children that are transporting their belongings to their forever home. So please leave your donations again at the church or take them by the Davis Children's Shelter, and we appreciate that. And if you have an aching need to read the Daily Word on one of our Zoom services, please just drop me or Pam an email or a text and let us know. I'm looking for someone every week, so your turn might come up whether you volunteer or not. So we appreciate all your help, all the love and support that you continue to send our way. And we bless you. We really do. Thank you so much. And now Sky will let you take the mic.
Thank you, Peggy. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Shalom, namaste, aloha. Oh my goodness. Buttoned up there. The light in me greets the light in you. My name is Sky Kershner. I want to welcome you to Unity of Kanawha Valley. Thank you for being with us from wherever you are today. A few announcements. The daily discussion continues Mondays at 5:30 through Saturday at the same Zoom channel. Thank you for your donations. It makes a huge difference for us. We're holding steady, and it's thanks to you. So thank you for keeping the lights on. The membership letters have gone out, and I know Stephen would want me to remind everyone the board has sent the annual meeting for Sunday, September 27th. Sunday, September 27th. I forget now, I think it's right after the service. Can I get a head nod, Peggy? Does that sound right? Okay, good. So short service, short meeting, and we'll probably try to be a hybrid for those who can't or don't want to do Zoom. We'll do it live, and we'll figure out a way to do it safely, and everybody else can be on there with Zoom, because we want everybody to be able to vote on whatever the matters are that the board is bringing up. And the board is starting to plan out some outside socials now that it looks like this thing is going to be continuing much longer and the weather is getting a little bit cooler. They'll be looking forward to that. The mission of Unity of Kanawha Valley is to provide you with a welcoming community of love, acceptance, and spiritual growth. It's my personal goal that you will feel safe while you're here with us today, that you'll feel free to be yourself and feel free to explore some ideas that might be useful in your life. Today, we'll be looking at the idea of letting go of limiting beliefs. Letting go of limiting beliefs. If you want to know more about Unity, check us out online. If you want to become a member, let me know or let Karen know. And finally, let us know if you need help. Whatever it is, we are there for you. We are here for you in prayer and in whatever other ways we can. Prayer is a central part of what we're about here. So let's do that right now. Would you soften your gaze and let yourself smile? And would you say either silently out or out loud to yourself, I am free, I am unlimited, I am love. I am free, I am unlimited, I am love. And if you would, perfect timing, Izzy, just give yourself a nice big yawn and a nice big stretch. Oh, big yawn. And imagine that you are touching the shoulder of someone you love, or if you're lucky enough to have someone you love there with you, touch them and hold them, look them in the eye, or imagine you're looking them in the eye and say to them, thank you for being with me on this journey. You are free. You are unlimited. You are loved. And Izzy, I want to thank you for being here. Even Izzy is loved. She is the protector of the house. If there's a noise, she will let me know. I want to thank each of you for being here on this call and for not being at the church today. Your being here on this call is part of the world that we're creating today. Every small thing you do today and every day makes a difference in your life and in the life of those around you. Every small thing you do. I want to thank the universe, God, the source of all life and love, for another day on this amazing journey. I want to thank everyone who's made this service possible, for Ann and for Blue, for Stephen and our board, for Ron and Ryan and Jeff, for Peggy, for Rich, and for our prayer chaplains who send out prayer calls and pray with us at least once a month on the phone. And for our daily word reader today, and I'm not sure who our daily word reader is. Janet? Oh, no, it's Jeannie. Great, Jeannie, thank you. And for our junior bell ringer today, who I guess was Peggy. So Peggy, thank you for ringing our bell. It's always good to have somebody in your world that can ring your bell. And Peggy, thank you for bringing that to us. I want to say I am so grateful for the positive outcomes of so many of our prayer requests over the past month, folks feeling better, folks having spontaneous remissions of tumors that looked like they were going to be have to operate, and now they're gone. Who knows how? And our friends Susie and Wesley Davis making it back across the border from Mexico. So glad for all of the challenges that folks have had this week, for all this month, for all the prayer. We know that we have reasons to be thankful regardless of the circumstance. And at the same time, it's nice when we positive about it. I want to remind everyone that God is our source. The pen is in your hand, and a new day is dawning for each of us every day. And so let's spend another few minutes, maybe some extended time, appreciating the silence, appreciating the present moment. And let's do that now. So if you would, you might notice the sounds in the room, wherever you are, whether it's inside or outside. It might be the sounds of fans moving the air. It might be the sound of birds neighbors. You might notice the experience of being in the present moment, of being in your body. You might notice the support that's coming from the floor or from the seat where you're sitting. You might notice the point of contacts, the points of contacts between your body and those objects that are supporting you right now. You might notice the temperature of your skin, the air on your arms and face. You might notice any tension or ease in your body. Notice your breathing. This miracle of circulation, this metaphor of exchange, the giving and the receiving of oxygen and carbon dioxide, the miracle and the mystery of how we are all linked together, what's necessary for us and we take in, and what we let go of becomes necessary for other life forms on this planet. And what they take in and what they let go of becomes necessary for us. And so we are bound in this great circle, this great circulation of life, even every moment with every breath that we take. Jesus said, "Seek ye the kingdom. The kingdom is at hand. The kingdom is in your midst. The kingdom is among you. And that the kingdom is within." And so we contemplate this mystery of the present moment, this expansive realm which is here and now among us and within us. We wander around inside, seeking a place to connect with our source and to experience the fruits of being a member of this huge circle of life. We know this to be a place of abundance and sufficiency. A place where all is well, a place where needs are met, a place of peace, a place where we can relax and know that all is well. We know this to be a place of love and connection, of forgiveness and of reconciliation, of respect and appreciation, of joy and humor and laughter. We know this to be a place inside of healing, of cure, of acceptance, of support, of lifting up, of imagining, of wholeness. And we know this to be a place of guidance and wisdom, a place where we can still hear the small voice, the intuitive sense of what it is ours to do. And so when we seek help for abundance, help for relationships, help for health, help for guidance, we turn within to this expansive realm, this kingdom. And it's from this place that we reach out to anyone, anywhere, in any need or trouble. Those living in fear, those who are isolated and separated from those they love, those who have been limited not only by their own beliefs, but by the beliefs of others. Those who are struggling with suicide and addiction, those in recovery and whose lives have been unmanageable. And remember everyone who is working for greater health and greater respect and equity in our community and in our world. And we give thanks to everyone who's involved in keeping the fabric of our society and our community together as we push through sometimes difficult days. And for this, we are grateful because we know that the consciousness of God's presence is possible and is present everywhere, equally to every person without exception. Just as God's presence and love is spread out equally throughout the world, the ability to be conscious of that presence and love is a gift given to each person in every circumstance. And so for this, we are grateful.
Good morning. Today's daily word is protected. I shine my light and feel protected. Feelings of fear that creep into my life may conjure childhood memories of scary nighttime images and noises. As a child, I may have felt afraid of the dark or startled by an unfamiliar sound. But the morning sun always dispelled the darkness, and I realized there was never anything to fear. I keep that knowledge alive as I let the divine presence within dissolve the darkness of fear and shine the light of comfort and safety. Now, when any darkness descends in my life, I remember the protecting love, presence, and power of God expressing as me. As I attune more fully to my divine nature, light dawns within my consciousness, and I realize that God's protection is always mine. From Psalm 27:1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?
I want to 2, 3. La, 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 broken hearts and broken wings, bring it all and everything. Bring the song you fear to sing, all is welcome here. Even if you broke your vow 1,000 times, come anyhow. You're stepping into the power of now, all is welcome here. See the Father and the Son reunited, here they come, dancing to the sacred drum. They know they're welcome here. I see the shaman and the mighty priest, I see the beauty and the beast, singing I shall be released. I am welcome here. La
Better, thank you, Ron and Ryan and Jeff. It's a beautiful song, a great song. You know, I've been thinking about getting into beekeeping now that I have chickens. You know, just kind of, it looks like we'll be home for another year. I went to the pet store the other day and I got a dozen of them. And when I got home, I noticed that there were 13. There was an extra one. I didn't want that on my conscience. You know, I didn't feel good about that I got one that I didn't pay for. So I went back to the store, and you know, I told them, you know, about that, and they said, no, they added that extra one intentionally. They said it was a freebie. And then I went to the dollar store and I was looking for some batteries, and there was a tester there. So I was checking them out to see, you know, to make sure they were good. And they were all dead. And so I went to the cashier and I said, do you have any other ones? These are all dead. And she said, no, they didn't have any other, but I could have those free of charge. All right, I just got one more for you today. Do you know why it is that Peter Pan is always flying? He's in Neverland. All right, that's it. Put your hand on your heart, please, and repeat after me. This is my heart. Through it, I am connected to my neighbor, to my source, and to myself. I'm learning to trust it in all things, and I am grateful. Well, we had a really neat experience in the Daily Word discussion group last week when Teresa Burton, the Unity Minister, who is the editor of the Daily Word, came to join our little group, and we had a bunch of questions for her. How do they put it together? What goes into it? And all of these kinds of things. I'm going to be talking more about this next week. Did you know that there are 15 words that they use for the Daily Word, and that those 15 words get repeated twice a month? They use the same 15 words each month. And I'm going to talk about that next week, the 15 words of you. This week, I want to talk about two of those words that came up in the Daily Word. The first one has to do with limitation, and the affirmation was, I break free from the illusion of limitation. And the second one had to do with freedom. The freedom I seek is already mine. So I wanted to kind of talk about these two with this idea of letting loose of limitation. Because one of the main limitations we're letting go of are the limitations of our mind, or the limiting beliefs of our mind. Quoting now from the Freedom I Seek is Already Mine affirmation from Thursday in the Daily. Looking back on my life, I may remember times of sickness and health, conflict and joy, need and abundance. During challenging periods, I may have felt my freedom was restricted. I really related with this opening two sentences from Thursday's Daily Word, because many of us feel this way now, I think, that our freedom has been constricted. We hear this in the news every day. People with different opinions about how masks are constricting their freedom. This mask is taking away my freedom to breathe. I have a right to breathe, and this mask is messing that up. Some of us of privilege, who are not used to the idea of being limited in our daily comings and goings, are chafing at the idea that someone, some external group or voice or authority is telling them to wear a mask or to not gather in large groups. And if you're a person of privilege and you're not used to feeling like you're limited, this is a hard pill to swallow. And at the same time, in the irony of this moment in US history, for those of us who feel these kinds of privileges, so much so that we don't even think about it, we are reminded on a daily basis of the experience of limitation that is the experience of many of our brothers and sisters on a daily basis. Every day of their life, they feel a limitation put on them that many of us don't even know. So I want to think a little bit about what is freedom in the unity way of thinking. What is it to be limited? Because freedom does not have to do with political freedom or the rights of someone or the Bill of Rights or the Constitution. These are political freedoms. And what we're thinking about in the daily word, what we're thinking about here at Unity today is something that we don't talk about quite as much. And that is spiritual freedom or metaphysical freedom. Freedom that is beyond the circumstance of your life and my life. The second paragraph of this daily word affirmation is so beautiful. It says, the key to my freedom lies in the lens through which I view my life. The key to my freedom lies in the lens through which I view my life. I can shift my thoughts away from transient rhythms and align with the divine light I carry within, seeing the world through the eyes of unlimited potential. My beliefs, your beliefs, are the lens, the primary limiting factor in your life and in my life. My beliefs are the primary limiting factor in my life. Yes, you and I are limited by a circumstance that determine our freedom and our ability to love and to have abundance. And at the same time, our beliefs about freedom, our beliefs about love, our beliefs about happiness, and our beliefs about abundance are the primary ways that we are unique. When I was living and practicing in New York City in the 80s during the AIDS crisis, I had a client who got AIDS, he had AIDS, he was HIV positive, and then started to be symptomatic. He was working in a job that he hated at a big department store and living with a guy that he didn't like anymore. He had a roommate. And he came in one day and he was so frustrated with his life. He said, I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to get a reverse mortgage on my condo and I'm going to travel the world. And he did. He turned a 6-month death sentence into 5 years of extraordinary living because he decided he was not going to be limited by that diagnosis. He was not going to be limited by slaving away at a job that he hated or living with people he didn't enjoy living with. And he decided to do something and to change his life. In a way, the limiting factor of having HIV and AIDS turned into his freedom because of the lens that he was looking for. I shared this story in the Daily Word group, and one of the members this past week, and one of the members of the group said, oh, I have a friend who did that. Her husband got cancer. He decided to do chemotherapy, and he suffered for the next 6 months of his life. And then 2 years later, I forget exactly how long afterwards, but not long afterwards, she came down with the diagnosis of cancer, and she said, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. I'm going to live my life the way I want. And with her positive attitude, she turned that death sentence around into something that's given her many years, more years than her expected. Denzel Washington in the movie A Pilot, it's a one-word thing where he plays an airline pilot. A flight. He's running away and he's flying. He winds up at the end in a jail for stuff that he did. And in an AA meeting in the jail, he says, believe it or not, sitting here surrounded by locked doors and bars and walls, I feel more free than I have in the past 15 years, making all sorts of money, living a high life. Freedom is in the lens that you use. The circumstances of these people did not determine their freedom. They chose how to respond to their circumstances, and that was their freedom. Freedom means being able to choose how you respond to whatever circumstance you are in. No matter what your circumstance or situation, you are free, or you are as free or you are as limited as your beliefs about that situation. Now, my beliefs are not the only limiting factor in my life. I've got other limiting factors as well. I'm a tall guy who's got not a whole lot of flexibility, and that limits my life as well. But my beliefs, not my body, my beliefs are the primary form of limitation in my life. This includes beliefs about the world, beliefs about God. Is the world an orderly place? Is there an intelligence behind the way the world operates, the way everything is connected, or is it just completely random? Is there a God? Is God loving, or is God somehow angry and vengeful? This includes beliefs about other people. Are other people basically friendly and wonderful? Or are they dangerous and out to get me or out to rip me off? It also includes beliefs about myself. Am I okay? Am I enough? Am I likable? Am I lovable? Am I capable? I'll never forget when I started to come to Unity, and I've been with you all here for about a year, and I came across this affirmation: no one is against me. No one is against me. Wow, that is a hard pill to swallow. I had to say that affirmation probably 100 times, days upon days upon days, objecting to it every time I said it. Every time I would say no one is against me, I would come up with an example of somebody who was against me. But after I don't know how many thousands of times of saying that affirmation to myself, I came to see, or came to believe, the truth of it, that no one is against me. Now you can see how this belief that people are against me can become a self-limiting belief, right? Because if I act like other people are against me, they're going to pick up my suspicion of them. They're going to wonder, why am I treating them this way? And they're going to probably fulfill the prophecy of my belief. They're going to act against me because I'm acting so suspicious around them. And so in the amazing mystery of the universe, it all kind of circulates around. Is the sound not going well, Rich? Is there something I can do to help?
It actually just cleared up when you moved the mic. I don't know. You must have
Well,
something.
I'm not touching the mic, but I can hold it. Maybe that will help. Is that better?
I don't know. It was when you were touching something in front of on your desk, maybe.
Oh, okay.
It was changing.
Let me see what I'm doing. Maybe it's.
You sound very clear right now.
Oh, I see the problem. How is this?
Oh, yeah.
Is
Wait,
that much better?
you have solved the problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
My apologies.
No problem.
Okay. Well, let me start from the beginning. No, just kidding. Just kidding. We've
No,
got a
just pick
date.
up where you left off.
We have a day to get into. When I started to see that and believe that no one was against me, I started to find that the world was a much friendlier place to live in because people started to treat me like they weren't against me because I came into those relationships and situations with the expectation that this was going to work out. Coming to Unity has helped me to sort out so many things about my self-limiting beliefs, things that had me chained and bound. So I've become a much more hopeful, happier, and optimistic person. But here's the thing. When we say, you are unlimited or you are free, my ego and probably yours gets a little bit excited about that, don't we? And I get confused because my ego starts to get excited about what it means to be free and what it means to be unlimited. Does being free and unlimited mean that I can go down to the DMV, to the Department of Motor Vehicles, without the proper paperwork and get my license renewed or my car registered without the necessary paperwork? Heck no. Right? If I insist to the worker at the DMV, hey, I'm free, I'm unlimited, and you should give me my license anyway, you should renew my license anyway, they're going to call security on me. And then I will have a chance to really practice the perspective of freedom in spite of my circumstances because I will be in jail and I will have plenty of time to think about how my self-limiting belief got me there. In the hands of my ego, a belief that I am unlimited will turn into a limiting belief. Let me say that again. In the hands of my ego, a belief that I am unlimited will turn into a limiting belief. A belief that I'm free through the lens of my ego will turn into a limiting belief. Here's an example. I saw in the news this past week thousands of people at a mega church in California. No masks, in a group, arm in arm, holding hands, singing at the top of their lungs, whatever song they were singing. Gathering together in large groups for church services is the new snake handling of the COVID generation. We thought we had the market of it here in West Virginia and in Appalachia, but no, we've got snake handling in all sorts of different forms. What is snake handling? Snake handling is believing that I am not bound by the limitations of this physical world. My ego loves that stuff. When I choose to be limited by a fear that I might get the COVID virus, or when I choose to be limited by a fear that I might give it to you, that choice feels like freedom to me. My freedom is in response to what the flow of life brings me that day. Going back to the daily word, the key to my freedom lies in the lens through which I view my life. I can shift my thoughts away from life's transient rhythms and align with the divine light I carry within, seeing the world through the eyes of unlimited potential. When I sing, I am free, I am unlimited. There are no chains that bind me. My ego gets confused. My ego thinks I'm singing about it, because that's who I identify with. I identify with my ego, as Eckhart Tolle in The Power of Now says. I identify with my pain body. But what does that song really mean? When I sing, I am free, I am unlimited. Here's a little unity trick. You know, and I know, probably from our upbringing, that one of the names of God, when Moses meets God in the burning bush, Abraham meets God, I forget who it is now, says, what is your name? And God says what? God says, I am that I am, Yahweh, the great I am. This phrase, I am, is a significant phrase in unity. When we sing, I am free, I am unlimited, we are not talking about the I of the ego. We're talking about the great I am. We're talking about the I am Spirit of God that is within me. When I sing, I am free, I am saying the I am within me is free. The I am, the Spirit of God within me, is unlimited. There are no chains that bind me because the Spirit of God, the great I am, is within me, and I am bringing my consciousness to that truth in that song. I'm not saying that I can do anything I want. This is confusing to folks who might be visitors when we were meeting in our regular services. All right, I need to keep moving because I am not free and unlimited. Time is marching on. When Jesus practices his freedom, it does not prevent him from getting arrested. It does not prevent him from getting thrown into a dungeon. It does not prevent him from being crucified. He is free, not in that he can do whatever he wants and he gets a pass everywhere. His freedom is in his response to be loving. And this is the freedom that we all have. This is the freedom that is related to the I am, the love of God that is within us. I get that there are unkind and limiting events that happen in our lives. In my house, I'm the person who goes to the DMV. Why am I the person that goes to the DMV? Because I'm a white male who's a native-born English speaker. When my wife goes to the DMV, she frequently gets turned away. I'm not quite sure why. The sound of her voice, the accent of her voice, the color of her skin, she has a very different experience there. But our experience at the DMV is not what holds our freedom. These are just circumstances. Our freedom has to do with how we respond to our circumstance. How we respond to our circumstance. And the great response that Jesus teaches is the response of love. I'm going to end here with the final words of this daily word. I find opportunities for love and gratitude in every situation. This is my freedom. I count my blessings and celebrate my accomplishments. I see the potential for growth in every challenge. I take time to connect every day with my own unlimited nature. The light of God reminds me every day that I am, the I am within me is free. I want to thank you for being with us today. Thank you for being with me today. And namaste. Let's go now to the offering blessing and a song from our band.
Okay, thank you so much, Sky. And thank you to everyone that has been so instrumental in keeping our wonderful Unity of Kanawha Valley home alive and going, and so that we will have a place to go back to when all this is over. We appreciate you so much. And now let us repeat together our offering statement, if you will, with me. Divine love moving in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love, I trust God, and I am grateful. Amen.
Here's a Bob Dylan song that's never been more relevant. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a-changing. Come writers and critics who prophesy with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming. For the loser now, but later to win. For the times they are a-changing. Come senators and congressmen, please hear the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall. For he that gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls. For the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the way, new one if you can lend your hand. For the times they are a-changing. And the line it is drawn, and the curse is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will
Thank you so much, guys. That was wonderful. And now let's take a moment to bless our offering. We thank you, Mother, Father, God, for these gifts that are given from the hearts, these gifts that are forthcoming to support our wonderful church, Unity of Kanawha Valley. In this time of what may feel like uncertainty, let us be aware of the blessings of little miracles that we encounter every day. May we take the time to notice and appreciate these blessings in our lives. And for all these things, we are grateful. Thank you. Amen. And now, do we have any birthdays to celebrate? I know that we have a special wedding anniversary. Danny and Sandy are celebrating their anniversary. I think it's Tuesday, Danny.
Wow.
Yes, yes,
Okay. And it's what, 53 years?
53.
53 years on Tuesday.
We got married when Sandy was 18 years before Sandy was born.
I don't think anybody can top that. That's wonderful. Do we have any other birthdays? If not, we'll sing happy anniversary to Danny and Sandy.
Happy
Anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, dear Danny and Sandy.
Happy
Anniversary to you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Frank.
Consider yourselves hugged. That's wonderful. Congratulations. That's great. And now we'll do our peace song. And now our prayer for protection together. The light of God
surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us.
the
The
power
power of God protects us.
and the
And the
presence
presence of God
of God
watches over us.
wherever
Wherever we are,
all
God is, and all is well.
Thank
I can
you.
switch to gallery view if you'd like to watch everyone.
Well, it's great to see everybody on the call today. I'm so sorry about the sound. My microphone switched over halfway through. Dawn, great to have you on the call.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Robert, thanks for being here. Vaughn, good to see you.
Thank you, Sky.
Robert, where are you watching this from?
I'm in Martinsburg, West Virginia, on my
Martinsburg.
back patio.
What's that?
So just sitting outside enjoying the day on my back patio in Martinsburg.
Good for you.
Robert is another one of my friends that I invited.
Ernie, you are just a cornucopia of friends.
Did you
I'm
say
just
corny?
have a lot of friends.
He's corny, all right.
Hi, Lindsay. I hadn't
Hi,
seen
Dawn.
Hi, Ernie.
that slideshow. Was really nice. I hadn't seen that before.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, Ernie.
Hi, Connie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Connie.
Hey. Hi,
Hey,
Charles.
Robert. Hey,
Charles.
hi, Ernestine Elaine.
I get so aggravated when he puts Vaughn up there. Nobody knows who he is.
I kind of
Probably
like
the way
it.
he wants it, right?
We men have to stick together, yes.
Betty, nice to have you on the call. I hope the Simpson link works next time. I'm sure it was a temporary thing. So there's always a temporary glitch somewhere. Betty, was this your first time at a Unity service? You're muted right now.
Betty, you're muted.
Yes, it was, and thank you so much. I thought it was wonderful. I'd like to come back if it's okay.
Well, you're welcome to come anytime. Usually after 3 or 4 times, we ask you to drink the Kool-Aid, but not quite yet.
Die.
Hi, Marianne. Hi, David.
Hi. Hello, Sky. Betty, I read
Thank you
your
for reading our
op-eds. They're
daily
very
word
good.
today.
Thank
Hi,
you.
Marianne and David.
Hi, Ernie.
Hi, Ernie.
Charles.
Hey, first time,
Charles.
hey,